Welcome to Quadcopter 411. I have purchased an item from GearBest. I've purchased several items, a lot of items from GearBest, and this is one that just came in, and I'm not sure what it is. It is a quadcopter. I'm hoping it is. Package seems to be in good shape. Let's open it up. I'm thinking it's the Mould King that I ordered, and it is. This is my second one that I have ordered from GearBest. So box seems to be beat up pretty bad. There's actually a couple of spots. I don't know if you can see that. Some dings in it. Looks like the corners has been hit and done some here and buckled. Something kind of hit it pretty hard, but I'm hoping overall it'll be in good shape. This is the Mould King Super X. I have got one. This is the previous one that I have purchased earlier, and this is what I learned how to fly quadcopters on. Is this particular one. This is my first quadcopter that I bought, and it's took a beating. I actually got this out of the tree today. I've been up there for about 2 weeks. I've actually broke a propeller off, or one of these propellers broke completely off. Glued it back on, still works. I painted the orange on the front and the black little cockpit type thing and the black on the back and this stuff. Anyway, this is my first quadcopter, and I liked it enough that I bought another. One of the reasons I bought the other is because the batteries are hard to find for it, extra props, that type of stuff. But anyway, let me show you what comes in it. You can actually see this spot actually went all the way through, so I'm hoping there ain't no damage to anything. I hope there's no props bent or anything, because you can plainly see this kind of sitting in here. I'm scared it came from that. You have your prop guards, which I never used. Maybe I should have, since I propeller. Here's the charger, little screwdriver that comes with it. Remote control. The landing gear should be taped to the back. Here's the actual quadcopter itself. There is, Mould King makes a variety of these. I think there's a UFO Mould King, and it's a certain number they call it, and I'm trying to see if it's on the box, but I don't see it. There's a number they call them because all of them look the same. They're just different sizes. This is the biggest one they make that I know of. It's pretty large in size. But before we get into that, let me show you what all's in the package. Quadcopter, all the props are on it. The only thing I have to do is put the landing gear on. Remote control, not crazy about the remote control. It's not bad, but I don't like the feel of it. It don't feel as good as, say, the SEMA remote. First of all, the SEMA remote just looks a little better to me. The SEMA remote actually has better stick controls than this one. There's a guy on YouTube, I can't think of his name, I'll try to make sure I put a link to his channel, where he's actually took this apart and modified these some, which is pretty neat. I modified my remote a little bit. I actually went inside of it and added the antenna to get a little bit farther range, because I would get out probably 60 meters and it would want to start dropping off. It would go farther up than it would go out, but I fixed that by modifying my controller and putting a longer antenna on it. But overall, I think these sell for $37 at GearBest, and it's a heck of a quadcopter. I would compare it size-wise to the SEMA X8 as far as size. So it is a good size machine. And that's everything that comes in the box. The legs. Let's see if I see screws. Maybe they're in here. I think I heard them. This is the charger. Little screwdriver that comes with it. And here are the screws for the prop guards and for the landing gear. The prop guards are pretty straightforward. And we'll actually go in, click on. It's got a spot that clicks on. There's two screws that go in to hold the prop guard in place, and it clears. And if you put these on, it's a pretty large machine. It gets very, very big. I don't like the prop guards. For one thing, it just gets outrageously large, and if you're carrying one or two of these, hard to carry. But I'll show it with it on. Anyway, they slide on. You see, I don't even know if I can get the whole thing in the camera shot or not. You can see how large it is versus without. Like I say, I don't have them on. Most of the guys on YouTube that I respect, like Quadcopter 101, if you're looking at quadcopters or stuff like that, I'd definitely check out Quadcopter 101. Boy, that's hard to get back off. He kind of breaks it down. He's really good at videoing when they're flying and all that type of stuff. The legs pop in just like so. there's 2 screws that go in and hold that in place. With this being said, this is a, I think, regular price $38, and it depends on if it's free shipping or not. I guess depending on where you're located at. It's been free shipping for me. I actually bought this one. They were doing like a flash sale or something, and it was $32.99 for everything that you've seen so far. Battery fits in right here. Lights, it's got some juice to it, it looks like. And it's got some power now. She's a big bird. If you're not, and the lights are really cool on it. It's only got 4 lights, but they're bright. Now, my other Quad King, one of my lights have quit, and it quit pretty quick. Probably first 2 or 3 flights after that it quit working. I fly during the day most of the time anyway, so I don't care. But the lights are pretty bright on it. Looking at the overall construction of it, it's pretty flimsy plastic, but I have, since this was my first quadcopter, I have made some pretty bad mistakes flying, and like I say, it fell from probably, I don't know, 30 meters, landed on the propeller, popped it, broke it right across here, and I went crazy glued it, got it in place, went back and put several layers of crazy glue on it, and it's healed, because as you could see, there was no extra props that came with it. That's one of the drawbacks that I didn't like about it, is finding parts for it's kind of hard, or at least it has been for me, checking other places. One of the biggest problems that I've had is the battery. The battery is weird, and nobody has showed it decently, but it's basically 2 batteries. I believe it's 3.7. Let's see, 3.7 volt, 650 milliamp batteries, 25C, and it's 2 of them sandwiched together with JST plugs. And I'm assuming I can just buy a regular 3.7 650 milliamp battery and tape them together, or just either sandwich them together and slide them in, and it would work. But I can't buy this particular battery anywhere, so I figured while the thing was still on sale, I'd buy another one and have it for the fly, so when this one finally dies, I'll have some spare parts that I can put on this new one, because I'm going to fly this one until it falls apart and not works anymore, and then I'll switch to this one. That's my plan, at least. Very stable flyer. For the money, it's hard to beat. Just looking here, I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but it's actually not even fitting together good. I don't know what's holding that apart. Basic, cheap plastic. But overall, a great little quadcopter, especially for beginners, and especially if you want to try a larger quadcopter. Like I said, I compare this to my friend's got a SEMA X8, and size-wise, this is maybe a hair larger than the X8, SEMA X8. If you're familiar with the Flying 3D X8, if you know what size they are, you can kind of compare. This is a big quadcopter. You can kind of compare the size with this. And to help some people, this is your standard 12-inch ruler. You can actually see that there's 12 inches in between the two props here. That'll give you a good reference of about the size of this thing, because it's hard to tell when somebody's holding it and you're looking at a computer screen or on your phone or something. It's kind of hard to judge the size of this particular quadcopter. But you can see that this is a 12-inch ruler, standard, and you can make out how large this quadcopter is. And I hope all this is in view. Trying to think of anything else I can tell you. Here's the charger for it. It's actually a pretty nice charger. It plugs into your USB port, and it actually has where you can charge 2 batteries. And now that I've got this one, you can actually see I'm charging the battery now. When I plug it in, it shows me I've got power. Then I've got 2 lights here show that I'm charging this battery. To my knowledge, this is a balanced charger. Let's see if this is what the thing says here. USB power supply charging port, battery charging connection port. It don't say if it's balanced or not, and the instructions are nothing spectacular, but the reason I got it in this is something I got for Christmas with chewing gum in it, and I put it in here just to be on the safe side if it wants to melt or catch on fire or whatever. It is in this metal container while I'm charging it. Now I've got 2 of them, but that's the charger that comes with it. Battery that comes with it. Like I said, I'm going to probably try buying just some single batteries, because it actually has 2 plugs that you plug it into. Like I say, this battery slides in the compartment here, and then it's got 2 places that you plug the battery in. So now, I haven't done it to this one yet. I don't like pulling on the wires to get the battery out, and I believe it was somebody on the internet. I took some tape and wrapped it around and folded it together so I could pull it out by the tape and not by the power plugs, because eventually you're probably going to tear or mess something up pulling these out. But anyway, I wanted to make a video showing the Mould King Super X. I haven't seen a whole lot of videos online about this, and I wanted to show the unboxing and what comes with it. Talk a little bit about the battery and where I had problems. Since, like I said, this was the first quadcopter I bought. Understanding what batteries to get and stuff like that. I can't find any that's already together like this. I'll have to buy them individually, wrap them, and go with it like that. Overall, I'm tickled to death with this quadcopter for the money. I hope that GearBest puts it back on sale for $32.99 again, because it's well worth that price. You can't even buy El Cheapo clones of the X8. I mean of the X5, SEMA X5. This will cost you anywhere from $26, $27, all the way up to $30, $35 for this particular quadcopter, which they're great. These are great little flyers, and I love flying these things. And the remotes are nice and stuff like that. But if you want to step up to, say, a bigger quadcopter, this is a clone of a SEMA X5, which is a very close clone of it, size-wise and everything. You can see how much smaller this is compared to this particular quadcopter here. Like I say, $37.99 all day long at Gear Best. I haven't seen these anywhere else online, as far as other stores and stuff like that, for that price, and not even seen it at all at a lot of places. So I hope they still make these, and I hope they still keep making them, because I have enjoyed this little booger. And I guess I'm rambling on, and I need to stop. The landing gears is flexible. It will give some, but I can't. When it goes to land, a lot of times it'll hit and kind of kick back like that. Mainly because of your controller. And it seems like it's got a dead spot sometimes when you, and it may just be this one. I'll try the new one and see if it does it. A lot of times when you go to land, it'll kind of just cut off, and it won't hit hard. It'll kind of hit and just, it'll hit hard enough, it'll bounce back. You got to go kick it back up so that you can take off again. But anyway, hopefully this was helpful to you. If you have any questions, shoot me the thing at the bottom of this video. Maybe I can help you. If you have any questions or anything like that. Alright, this is Quadcopter 411, and hope you have a good day or night.